Hello, everyone. So if you're just getting on, you'll have to push the little button to say that you accept the recording. I am so excited to be here. This is our first new ambassador call. We are going to do this twice monthly now from now on. I think this will be great to pull our new people in, let everyone get to know us a little bit. And as always, I'm in my fancy office, AKA my vehicle. Our house is actually, that's our barn. So it's back there, but I have no service at my house. So we have this weird light, but whatever, it's fine. Just proof that you can do this from anywhere, right? So I'm going to turn my phone off because I keep getting notifications. So if you don't know me, my name is Jenny Kent. I'm a gold ambassador here at Q. And if you are watching this, then you are somewhere on my team. So I cannot wait to get to work with you. If I'll tell you a little bit really quickly about my story. I have been in another company previously. I was a high earner there, but when I found Q, I was at probably one of my lowest points ever. Recently divorced, 2 small children, feeling like a total failure in a lot of ways. Having some financial struggles that I had at one point worked really hard to get myself out of, and then found myself back in that same kind of mess again, very little savings, back in debt. And I knew that I had to do something, that no one else was going to save me, that no one else was going to make a decision for me to help, get my family where I wanted us to be besides me. And so as I looked at Q, I decided that this was the vehicle. I'm a comp plan junkie. I love good products. And then there were some other things that really turned me on to this business, things like our goal setting calls, which I hope you have. They're a part of our system. The fact that there is a system, but most importantly, the leadership here and the people that I knew could take me where I needed to go. And not only did they take me where I needed to go, but I am now able to help you guys go where you need to go. So it's super fulfilling. Love being here, love helping everyone. And I get extra excited about brand new people coming in because I know that there's something in you that is just like me. Maybe you've had some things go wrong. Maybe you're not where you need to be, whether that be with your health or your finances or your friendships or whatever that is. But you're here because you're ready to make a move. You're ready to make a difference. You're ready to change something and improve something in your life. And this is honestly, in my opinion, the absolute best place that you can be for that. So let's talk about a couple things. It's August. And that's exciting. That is exciting because what we have coming here, our company is already at great timing, great momentum, right? Our team is already in great timing, great momentum. But what's coming in the next several months is going to take all of that to an entirely new level. It has been said that our sales in September and October will be more than our sales for the entire year. We are growing at an extremely fast rate. We've got new products coming, things like medical grade collagen, things like terpenes, which no one else has ever done. And you guys, I have not personally tested the terpenes. I have tested the collagen and a couple of other things, but I know people that have personally tested the terpenes, and they have told me that you absolutely cannot even describe the difference that it makes, that it is just an absolute game changer. So I am so excited for those things. I know they're going to be great for us for our own health, but they're also going to be really, really amazing for our business. So what gets me excited about people that have joined recently is I see a really unique opportunity for you. Even in addition to what we already had, you get the opportunity to come in now, really build your business, like buckle down. I am telling you, my advice is to buckle down and do all the things that you get trained and taught to do. Go hard in August so that you set yourself up in such a great position that whenever all these things are released in September and October, and then we have Thanksgiving, like Black Friday stuff in November, and Christmas things in December, and New Year's things, January, February, you are in such a great position and your team is in such a great position that you capitalize on every single opportunity thrown your way, that you don't miss anything that could be really great for you and your family. Okay. So I am just excited that you're here right now, and the fact that you showed up for this call tells me that you want this. The fact that you showed up or you're watching the recording, if you watch the recording, tells me that you already have some of the things that it takes to do this and do it well. If you have not had a goal setting call, I know we have a couple people on here right now that have just joined in the last few days. And so if that's you and you haven't had a goal setting call, be sure to get that done in the next like 24 to 48 hours, because that's where you can take all the things I'm giving you today and go a little more personal and in depth for you specifically. So be sure that you do that. Your sponsor will do that. If your sponsor does not come to you with that, then come to me and tell me, and I will do one with you. Okay. Couple of just like housekeeping things that I want you to know that you don't miss out on. First of all is your auto ship. Now that's a scary word that a lot of people don't like, but I actually love it. And I think that you should love it too. You should definitely have your auto ship on, because we have Q rewards here and they pay off big time. I have gotten hundreds of dollars worth of free product just because I had my auto ship on and it went off every single month. So be sure that you do that. After your second one goes off, I believe you start earning Q rewards. And that means that you're going to be racking up those points for free product too. And it can actually add up really fast. I cashed mine in just the other day. And yesterday I got on and I was already back up to $82 in points. And that's literally $82 worth of product. So really incredible. The next thing is every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time, our corporate staff comes on the Q Sciences News Facebook page and does something called Q News. It's where they come on, they tell us everything that's happening behind the scenes at corporate. They're really, really transparent. If you've never been in another company, that may not seem like a big deal, but let me tell you, it is a big deal. It's a really big deal that they are that open with everything and have a great line of communication with the field. And it speaks volumes for the kind of leaders they are. And I feel confident that if you get on there and you watch them, you are going to fall in love with our leaders and really feel a connection to them and understand why they're so great. And then lastly, before we move on to what I really want to talk about, our weekly closes. So we used to get paid monthly. Now we get paid weekly on our rank stuff. Okay. So what that means is if you're building a team, our week goes from Saturday morning to Friday night. Every single week we close out on Friday night, and then you get paid for that rank that you're at on that Friday the following Friday. So what I'm telling you is if you're an established ambassador, you should be going to make sure that you have your 2 commission qualified teammates, you have your 100 PV, and you have some sort of rank, whether it be builder, pro, executive, whatever, the first Friday that you possibly can out of the month, because that means you're going to get paid sooner. Okay. The goal of this is to get the money in our pocket, right? If you are a new ambassador, what I'm telling you is that if you joined, in July, you have until the end of August to reach your fast start bonuses for builder, pro, and executive. That's great, right? If you joined in August, you have until the end of September. However, I don't want anyone waiting until the last minute, the end of August or the end of September, to get those bonuses, okay? Because you can actually have that money. If you hit something, let's say you go hit builder this week before Friday night, then next Friday, you're going to get the paycheck for builder. And then that next week you can work on pro. And then the next Friday, you'll get the paycheck for pro. The next week you can work on executive, and then you get that paycheck for executive. So really, really cool stuff that we have. And I just don't want anyone missing out on those weekly paychecks. Now, let's talk about what I really want to talk about. This is probably the most important thing that you can just get from the start. I can teach you the comp plan. I can teach you the products. I can teach you what to do, how to do it, what to say, all of those things. And I'm going to do that. You're going to get that in your goal setting call. You're going to get that in some trainings. But what I want you to know today is a little bit about mindset. Okay. Now, sometimes during mindset trainings, I like kind of block out, right? I'm like over there in snooze land, but I want you to really listen to this, because it is the difference in you really attacking this versus you just saying, well, if it happens, that's great. Okay. And your family deserves better, and you deserve better. So the first thing that I really want you to do is get a very clear vision of why you're doing this. If you don't have a reason, if there is not something driving you, then it's going to be really hard for you to get through the ups and the downs, because that is this industry. There are ups and there are downs. There are some days that you're gonna feel like you're on a rocket ship, you're on cloud nine, you can't lose, everything's going great. And then there are gonna be other days where you're like, crap, I just lost this person, or I just totally said the wrong thing, or I don't know what I'm doing and I gotta figure this out, right? But you have to have something driving you that is personal to you. So I'll tell you, for me, it is personal for me because this is what my family relies on financially. So if I don't get up every day and do what I need to be doing, my kids don't get groceries, school tuition doesn't get paid, utilities don't get paid. It's important, right? But why am I here actually instead of out working another job? It's because I want not only to pay my bills, but I want to be available to my kids at all times. I want to be available to my fiance at all times. I want to be able to go and do and experience life really, really fully, while also bringing in a great income and really leveling our family up. So it's not just about surviving paycheck to paycheck. It's about actually getting to the point that we're putting extra money in the bank, that we are living abundantly. And I don't mean frivolously, I just mean that we're living to the point that we're not so stressed about money that that's all we can think about, and it's hurting us in other places, in our relationships, in mine and Tyler's relationships with my kids. I just want to be to the point where we've got extra. Okay. And so that is what's driving me. I want to know that the day that it comes down to it, I can take care of my parents whenever they are older and need taken care of. I want to know that I have the ability to just say, okay, let me handle it. Let me take care of you. Right. I want to know that whenever my kids are older and they want to start a business, that I'm in a position to say, okay, if this is something that you've really thought about and you're really going to focus on, you're really going to dig down and do it, let me help you with the startup money. I want to have that kind of security. Okay. So I know what's driving me, but you need to know what's driving you, because yours is probably completely different than mine. Maybe it's not, maybe it's the same, but it has to be something that makes you want to get up every single day and do this the first part of your day. Okay. So that's the first thing. The next thing that I want to talk to you about as far as mindset goes, because how you start this really is going to determine how you move forward. Okay. I want you to know something about Q in particular. I have been in a lot of situations where I felt the need to be the a perfectionist. Okay. I am one of those people that wants to show up. I want to make everyone happy. I want to, nobody be mad at me. I want to look like everything's perfect on the outside. That's my comfort zone, because if everything's perfect, then no one can judge me and everyone thinks I have my crap together. And, Jenny's awesome. Yay. We can clap for her. We can be her friend. Right. But I want to tell you, the reality is not that. The reality is I'm sitting in a truck with 2 car seats in the back. My house is back there, a total flipping disaster, by the way. I will clean it up and do all the laundry tonight, I promise. But life is crazy and I am real. And I say that to you because you are real too. And sometimes it's hard coming into something like this to feel like you have to measure up to other people, to feel like you have to compare yourself to them, or like, okay, well, so-and-so is doing it this way and they just went elite, and so I have to do it that way, but I'm not that person. And I want you to know from the beginning that I don't want you to be that person. I just want you to be you, and you showing up as you, but also being willing to learn and grow and develop the skills that we're going to teach you is the best thing that you can do. I had a conversation with Jake Spencer, our president, a couple weeks ago. And then today, actually just about an hour ago, I had a one-on-one Zoom call with Tara Truax, who is really high up. She's on the advisory council. She's just incredible, makes tons of money. And both of those people told me, they said, Jenny, do you know why Q is so great? It's because Everybody's real here. We know everybody has struggles because we have struggles. We have been down in the dumps. We have been under the rock bottom. Like, we have failed miserably, and we just own it here. And nobody has to hide, and nobody has to be perfect, and nobody has to show up a certain way or look a certain way, because we know that's not reality, and we just want people that are real. And so Jake said to me, every single person on the advisory board, every single person on equity council, every single person at corporate, we all have our crap, and we are still successful, and we still love each other despite that. So I want you to know coming into this that that's the kind of business that you're in. You don't have to be a certain way. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to talk a certain way. As a matter of fact, the things that make you, that are different about you, are the things that are going to make you special and valuable here. So just get that in your head right from the beginning. Let's just go from there. I don't want anyone feeling embarrassed to talk to me about something. I don't want anyone feeling like, well, I should be in this better situation, and then they would respect me. No. I'm real. You're real. We all have issues. We all have things we're dealing with. We're going to give each other grace, and we're also going to push each other in the process to get through whatever the junk is that we're going through, right? Okay. So that's that. Next thing. This is a place where you get to grow. Now, let me say this again. You get to grow. You are not forced to grow here. You do not have to stay here. You do not have to be here. You do not have to work this business. You do not have to try. You do not have to push yourself, but you get to. You get to. It's a gift, honestly. You bought a gift, in my opinion, whenever you join this company. You have financial freedom movement to help you with your finances. You have me and the other leaders on this team to help you with your business. You have incredible products to help you with your health. And if you let us, we are going to help you grow, because we're going to show you the things that we've done wrong in the past, and we're going to help you not to make the same mistakes. And we're going to help you get through the things and grow into the person that you are trying to become. No one comes here good at this. If a person comes to Q and they're really great at it, it's probably because they've been in another company at some point and they failed a lot. And they came here and they took our systems and they took our leadership and they did some things with them, and they made it great, right? So if no one is really just good at this when they come in, what else does that mean? That means that no one else is really bad. You are not really bad. You are not a bad salesman. You are not a bad leader. You are not a bad anything. You are just a person that came here. You're a blank slate, and you get to make a decision as to how you're going to move forward, okay? So if you are coachable, then you have no limits here. None. I'm going to tell you that. You have no limits here. Just, you can go as far as you want to go if you are coachable. And that means that you are going to have to be willing to come to people whenever you need help. That is the beauty of our system, is that nobody does anything alone. So know that from the beginning. We expect you as leaders to come to us and say, hey, I need help with this, or hey, my success rate, I've talked to 5 people, nothing's happening. Tell me how to change my wording. We expect you to come to us, and then we expect you to take what we're telling you and understand that we're just giving you advice based on our experiences, and you can take that or leave it, but it's going to help you grow if you take it. Okay. Know that you're going to stub your toe. Know that you're going to need help. Know that you're going to get told no. And it is okay, because everybody doesn't matter. Who matters? The people that matter are the people that are looking for what you are offering. Okay. Some people aren't. Some people aren't ready for it. Some people have other callings. That is okay. You're just looking to find the people that are meant to do what you're doing and that are willing to step into it. Okay. So what's really going to be a blessing to you is whenever you find those people and you're actually able to help them. You're able to help them with their health, their finances, things for their family. I cannot tell you how much joy it brings me whenever I get messages back from people saying, oh my goodness, I took Q Core. I've been on it for 2 weeks and it's really helping me with my stress levels. I have energy again. I feel like a good mom again. Or whenever someone comes back to me and says, hey, I just am able to cut some of my hours at work and go on a vacation with my kids, or I'm able to cut some of my hours at work because of this paycheck and not have to leave my baby as much, or I've actually got money in the bank for savings now, or, oh my gosh, I thought we were going to be upside down this month, but actually because our Q check came in, I was able to pay all my bills and not stress about it. Those things fill my heart so much. And so that I feel is going to be the real blessing for you, is whenever those things start happening. So why are you here? I said that earlier. What's it going to do for you? Why is it worth it for you to make the time investment? Why is it worth it for you to get up every single day and say, okay, I am going to map out an hour, just an hour, and I'm going to work. I'm going to work my Q business. I'm going to do what Jenny and the other leaders tell me, and I'm going to make this happen. Why is it worth that? Okay. You've got to know that. So I'm going to give you another little secret here. You are not here to sell anything. Okay. You are here to become better so that your growth directly impacts your family. Because when you get better and when you step into who you are meant to be, and when you start showing up and being confident and making moves, it is going to affect the people around you really, really positively. So that is why you're here, for the people you're going to help outside of your family and the people you're going to help within your four walls. Okay. Now, let's talk about the next thing: talent versus skill. You're going to see some people come in here and they're going to be really talented at certain aspects. Very few people are talented at all of them. Maybe some of them are really talented leaders. Maybe some of them are really talented storytellers. Maybe some of them are have done the homework and they have gotten good at something in the past and they're just great at it. And that's awesome. Okay. But what's super cool to me is whenever I see someone that comes in that isn't so great at something, but they're willing to learn the skill. So they say to themselves, and I truly think this is a decision to say to yourself, you know what? I'm not great at this, but I'm not going to quit. You have a decision. Are you going to quit or are you going to get better? And they make the decision to get better. Okay. And then what happens is they develop a skill. And the reason I love that is because then they are able to teach people to do the same thing. Because if you are just naturally talented at a certain part of this, it's really hard to teach that talent to someone else that joins you, right? But if you come in and develop the skill and you practice it and you work at it and you go through the ups and the downs and the highs and the lows and you suck at it and then you get better, guess what? You have a really great space to teach the person that joins you next how to do the same thing, how to overcome the same thing. It's a really great thing to have to learn a skill. And so I want you to just embrace that from the very beginning. Our job is to help you. You should be so fired up that every single day you have questions for your leader. I still message Danielle. I've been in this industry for 6.5 years. I've been in Q since December 3rd. I am a gold ranked ambassador and I still have questions for Danielle or Fran almost daily. I still do. And it's not because I'm stupid or because I don't take the time or the effort to look things up for myself. That's not it. It's because I am trying that hard to grow and push myself. So if you have questions for your leaders, it's okay. It is our job to answer them. We want to answer them. So send them to us. Let us help you with things. Time is ticking for you right now. Your executive time clock, like I mentioned earlier, if you joined in July, it ends, your time frame for your fast start bonuses ends in August. If you joined in August, that time frame is in the end of September. So that clock is already ticking. And I don't want to see a single person waste the opportunity or miss the opportunity to latch onto those fast start bonuses. If you don't hit them, you still can get paid and rank up and do things. But I want you to be able to capitalize on that and then capitalize on this timing that we have with convention coming, okay? So get into gear, do your things. Don't make excuses. Don't let things hold you back. Don't play small. Let's go big. Let's go get you what you want and what you deserve and what you're willing to work for. That's the level that you're going to get to. And so let's go get there. Don't hold back. Okay. In order to go executive, what do you need? And this is something that we will explain more in depth on your goal setting calls, but you need 2 personally sponsored active ambassadors. Okay. So that means 2 people that are just like you that, that join you for the business, that have their 100 PV, that joined it through your website. Okay. So let's say you get started, you grab a coworker and you grab, a friend from college or an old friend, something like that. There's your 2 people. Now, to get to builder, which is the first rank, you're going to need an additional 1 to 2 orders under those people to get you to builder, which is the first rank. Okay. To pro, you're going to need a total of 6 orders. So your 2 people and 4 more approximately. Okay. Because each order on average is about 100 PV, and the qualification for pro is 600. Okay. So about 6 orders. For executive, it's about 15 orders. Now, what counts for that? The only thing that don't count is your personal order and your personal customers. But everything that happens on your team counts for those 15 orders. So your ambassador orders, their ambassador orders, so anyone that signs up under them as an ambassador or as a customer, infinite levels deep as far as it goes. Now, if you're doing this correctly, that's not that difficult to do. 15 orders can actually be achieved pretty easily, because if you go get your 2 people, or let's say you do 3 or 4 or 5, okay? But let's say you just get your 2, and then we teach them the same thing and they go get their 2. That's 6 right there. That's 2 ranks, okay? And then we teach those people and they go get their 2. And then people are adding some customer orders in there as well. Guess what? You just hit executive. That can happen. It's totally doable. Okay. Next thing to talk about is convention. Tickets are actually sold out. Convention is in Dallas the first weekend of September. It's 2 days and tickets are actually sold out, but they are releasing some tickets. And I also have access to a couple of extra tickets. So I highly recommend it. In my first company, I went to convention 2 weeks after I joined, and it set the pace. It set the stage for everything that I did after that. So I highly recommend it. If you can go, get your booty there. We will get you a ticket. Just let us know that you need it. We will figure out someone for you to split rooms with, so that if you want to do that and cut down on costs, we can do that. We will order food in. We will do whatever we have to do to get you there. Okay. Just let us know if you want to go. I highly recommend it. That's where new products are going to be released. Lots of cool stuff is going to happen. And then I mentioned this before, but every single day counts. Every single day counts. And if you can get yourself in the habit of doing something every single day, you are going to thank yourself later. You're going to be so glad that you did. Last thing that I really want to talk about on here is the system. And hopefully you've been taught the system, or you will be taught the system in your goal setting calls. But I see people straying from it, and it stresses me out, because the system is one of the huge factors that makes Q so great. You guys, I use the same system that Danielle uses, that Betsy uses, that Fran uses, that Tara uses, that every single person here uses, that came directly from our corporate people that have made millions in the field. It works. It is smart. It will take the workload off of you. It will give you confidence. It will allow you to start your business before you know a single thing. It is so smart. So let me tell you what's great about the system. Number 1, you get to use third-party tools, which means that you don't have to know anything, right? You don't have to know anything to get started. The last thing I want you to do is to sit back and learn for 30 or 60 days and then feel like you have all this knowledge, but you've not done anything with it, okay? The next thing is, it shows people that you're talking to that you have a system, that you don't know everything there is to know about everything, which does what? It gives them the confidence to join you and feel like they can do it too. So you are modeling to the people that you're talking to that you have a story and you have a reason for being here, but that it's not so complicated that they take themselves out of the game before they even start, right? Because a lot of people will, if you go around and you know everything there is to know about Q and you're just telling every single thing, a lot of people will see that and be threatened by it and think there's no way I could do what Ashley does. There's no way I can do what Melanie does, right? So it's really great for that. And the third thing is it's going to allow you to do a lot more in a lot less time if you're using the system effectively. Okay. So let's talk about what the system is. I talk about it in 6 parts. That's the way that it makes sense in my brain. Some other videos are going to talk about it a little differently, but this is just what makes sense for me. Okay. First thing that you need to know is that we have a team calendar. Hopefully you have the link to that. And it lists on there the calls that we have every single week. It lists if they're a training call. It lists if they are an opportunity call. If they are an opportunity call, it is something that you can invite people to that are not a part of Q. Okay. Where they will get told stories, where they will get a really great presentation on things like the company, the timing, the products, the business. They'll really get a great understanding of what this looks like. Hopefully you watched one of those coming in. Hopefully you were plugged into the system whenever you came in, because again, it makes it really easy for you to duplicate if you've been a part of it. Okay. So first part of the system is that you are going to connect with a new person. What could that look like? Well, for me, the first way that I connected with people when I first started is I just started picking up the phone and calling them. And I would call them, and let's say my first person I called was my friend Nicole. I said, hey, Nicole, listen, I've got something I've started. I think it might be a good fit for you. Honestly, I don't know everything there is to know about it, but I've seen enough to think that this is going to be really big. And I've got some really great people that are teaching me here. I want you to take a look at it and just tell me your opinion and see if you think this might be a good fit for you. If I send you the information for a call that my friend Danielle is doing tomorrow night at 6 p.m., would you be willing to jump on and just take a look? Okay. So I want you to remember a few things. Think about how I just talked to her. I did not say, I want you to join my team. I'm part of a hemp and health company. I need you to talk to my sponsor. You could make a ton of money here. These products are going to change your life and you're never going to have a bad day again. I didn't say any of those things, right? I just said, I have something. I think it could be good for you. I want you to take a look at this video, or I want you to get on this call. Okay. And then I ended it with a question, and I specifically asked if she would get on. Somebody put something in the chat and I can't see what it is. So I don't know. I'll try, hopefully it'll come up in a minute. Anyway, so that's the first way that I connect. Other ways that I connect are by posting on social media. There are a lot of ways to do that. As far as social media, I don't say the word Q Sciences. I don't blast products. I talk about stories. I tell my story. I talk about feelings, emotions. I talk about how things felt and experiences that I've had. And I let people in on that, because if they see you being vulnerable and they can really relate to what you're saying, and they see that you have something that's helping you, they're going to reach out to you and ask about it. And then you get to do what? You get to plug them into the call. You get to plug them into the system. So if someone reaches out to me and says, hey, what are you doing? What are you talking about on social media? Then I just say, hey, I'm super excited to talk to you about it. It is going so well. I'm having a ton of fun. I'm learning from some great people. I really think it's a great opportunity. And I would love for you to take a look at this call that my friend Danielle is doing tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. If I sent you the information, would you be willing to take a look at it? Okay. That's how I go about it. So first thing is connect. Second thing is plug them into either a live call or a recorded call. On the team calendar, you will see that every single week in August, I am doing a live call. It's called a QIQ. And I'm doing it at on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. So you know that you have that. Fran, which is one of our uplines, she's amazing. She's at the top of the company, super relatable girl. If you don't know her, you're going to love her. She does them on every Thursday. We also have other ones all throughout the week, but we also have recordings. So the call that I'm doing tomorrow, it will be recorded. If your person cannot get on live at that time, it is okay. We will send them a recording. Okay. Now, what if the person says, yeah, I can get on tomorrow? Do you send them the graphic right then? No. You wait. You say, okay, great. I'm going to send you the information and a reminder tomorrow about an hour before. And then about an hour before that call tomorrow, you're going to send them the graphic. Then you're going to say, this is how you jump on. It's on Zoom. It's super simple. You can be a fly on the wall if you don't want anyone to see you. Totally fine. Just listen in. Then you'll send them the information so that you're reminding them and giving them the information for the call at the same time. If they say, no, I can't get on at that time, then you say, okay, totally fine. I'm going to shoot you the recording to another call that I have that was done last week or whatever. And we'll get you a recording. Ask your sponsor. Remember, it's okay to ask. And we'll get you the recording to a call that has been done previously so you can go ahead and get that in their hands. Okay. Now, follow-up is also a part of this step. Most people, like 99.9% of people, are not going to come back to you after that first time and say, yes, I want in. It sounds great. It's very rare. Most people, somewhere around 80% of people, it takes between 8 and 12 interactions with before they actually make a move. Okay. So know that you're probably going to have to go back to your people and say, hey, what did you think about the video? Have you gotten a chance to watch it? Okay. I do that after about 24 hours. If I haven't heard back from them again from that message, then about 48 hours, I go back to them again. Hey, super curious to hear what you thought. Have you gotten a chance to watch that video? Or did you get a chance to get on that call? If they haven't gotten, if I haven't heard back from them after that, I'll give them a little while. And then for our next live call, I will invite them to that. And I'll say, hey, I'm not sure if you got a chance to watch that video or not, but we're actually having a live call tonight with my friend and mentor, Jenny. You would absolutely love her. She is teaching me so much. I would love for you to see what she has to say. If I sent you the information for this call tonight, would you get on? And invite them to another live call. Now, my fourth follow-up is usually when I get just super upfront with people. And I'll just say to them, hey, listen, the last thing that I want to do is bug you. Like, if you're not into this, if this is not your thing, it's totally fine. You can tell me we're still friends. It's okay. Not a big deal. However, I do feel like this is a really great opportunity, and I think it could really be a good fit for you and benefit your family. So tell me what you're thinking. Tell me where your head's at. And my goal is just to get people to talk to me and tell me what they're thinking. People are going to have objections. They're going to say, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I'm not good at sales. I've done this before and failed. I have gotten every single one of them, and I want to encourage you not to be afraid of those things. We all have them. They're fears, guys. It's okay for people to be scared. I've been scared at times too. I've said no to opportunities too. But if someone believed in me enough to continue to have the conversation and didn't just get scared and run away, then I respected their belief in me and I continue to look at the opportunity. So learn to embrace objections. Learn to embrace when someone says something to you and says, well, I don't know. I just don't think that's my thing. What do you do about it? You go back to your sponsor or the person that brought you in or me or whoever's leading you well, and you say, hey, I have someone, this is what they just said to me. How do I answer? What in the world do I say to pull us out of this and get her to take a look? Okay, that's what we're here for. So, which brings me to part 3 of the system. Someone's watched the call or the video, and then they start having questions or objections or whatever. What do you do? The third part of the system is a 3-way chat. So you are going to connect them with me or with your other leaders. I want to tell you, one of the biggest tools that you have here are the people that are in this with you. We want to help, and so let us help until you get really confident, because then you're sharing videos to share information, and then you're using us to help you learn how to answer questions and to get people locked in and excited and committed with you while you're learning. So what you're going to do, I do not ask the question ever. I don't ask, do you want me to add you to a chat with my friend Danielle? Instead, I just say, hey, listen, that is a great question. And actually, I am going to plug you in with my friend Jenny. You can plug them in with me or your other leaders. And I think you're really going to love her. She is amazing in this business. She's doing great things, but I know that she's going to want to talk to you and she's going to answer your question. I'm going to add her to the chat now. And then you're just going to add that person to the chat. And then you're going to introduce everybody. You're going to say, hey, Jenny, this is my friend Sarah. She's absolutely amazing. We've been talking about Q. She thinks it could really help her little boy, but she's nervous and has some questions for you. I would love if you take a minute to talk to her. And then you're going to do the opposite. You're going to say, Sarah, this is Jenny that I was telling you about. She's a mom of 2, bonus mom of 1. She has horses. Her life is crazy, but she's doing awesome with this business. I think you guys are really going to like each other. You're going to connect this in the chat, and then you're going to let me or whoever you connected in come in and start answering questions and build belief in that person. And you are going to sit back and you're going to take notes and you're going to watch. And you're going to learn how to answer questions, and you're going to learn how I overcome objections and all of those types of things without having that pressure on your back. Does anyone else like doing things with people? If I have a big project, let's say I want to deep clean my house. You know what the number one way for me is to get my house deep cleaned the best? I will call a friend and say, hey, I'm cleaning the house today. You want to come over? And just her mere presence of being there, I don't care if she's sitting on the couch watching TV, but the fact that I have someone there with me, I am like a cleaning machine, okay? That's what this is. This is allowing you the ability to pair up and use the resources and the tools and the strengths of other people to build your business, okay? So don't miss out on that step. So we do that chat, we get them ready to go. Step 4 is we sign them up. Let your sponsor take them through the sign up process so that you can watch how we get people signed up and just be mentally taking notes all the time. Because eventually this is going to be something that you do, but we just don't want you doing it at first because we want to show you how to do it and how to do it well. Okay. So we get them signed up. That's step 4. Step 5 is we send them a set of launch instructions. Hopefully you got the same launch instructions when you started. We take them through that. And then step 6 is a goal setting call. We will do your goal setting calls for you whenever you're first getting started. And again, you get the opportunity to sit back, to learn. Your person gets launched really well, gets started really well, and you get the chance to sit back and take notes and say, oh, this is how she went over this in the goal setting call, or this is how she pulled a person through this issue or this fear. You get to watch those things and really learn without the pressure of having to do it yourself. Okay. So that's the 6 steps. Number 1, connect. Number 2, get them to watch a live call or a recorded call. Number 3, the 3-way chat. Number 4, the sign up. Number 5, the launch instructions. And number 6, the goal setting call. Okay. That's your system. You follow that over and over and over and over and over, and you teach your new people to do it over and over and over. It's a lather, rinse, repeat cycle. Okay. And what it's going to mean is that you have people joining you in this business that know what to do, that feel confident, that know exactly how to move forward. And your business is going to continue to grow beyond just you because you have this great system and this great support of the people and the leaders around you. Okay. Now, as far as the how, if you're like me, you're thinking, okay, but how? What do I say to people? What do I post on Facebook? How do I invite to a call? How do I follow up? I have all those questions. So what I want you to do, you should be in a Facebook page called The Movement. And you can go to that page. You can click on guides and you can go down to guide 5. And in guide 5, Francesca Fields, who is a genius and just so down to earth and makes things, she's so smart in business, but she makes things so doable. She has about 6 videos in there, and they go over all of these topics: how to invite, what to say in a message, what to say in your social media, how to follow up, how to launch somebody, right? When you get ready and you're learning about those things, that'll be a great thing for you to watch. So if you are stuck on the how, not only can your sponsor help you or me or whatever in your goal setting calls, but those guides are great things to just consistently go back to. My computer's about to die, so I'm gonna have to turn off my little fancy light. in my home office, I feel like such a crazy person in the road doing these calls. And those guides are great to go back to all the time. I still go watch some of them. This is a constantly, you're always learning here. And so use what you have. Those resources are there for you. Okay, let's see. That is all I have for this call. So what I want you to know, what I want you to leave this with is the fact that you're here with a bunch of people that are just like you, with a bunch of people that are just trying to do the best that we can with what we have, we have an awesome opportunity in our hands. And the more people that we can get to see it and get their eyes on it, not only will our businesses grow, but we're going to bless them so much and get to be a part of their story. And so, I'm just excited for all of you. I'm excited for what's about to happen. I'm excited that you're here and that you're working with us and that we are so capable of taking you where you need to go. I have 100% confidence in that. So I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to work with you. And I appreciate all of you for jumping on this call tonight. I will get the recording posted just as soon as possible so you can send out to any of your people that weren't able to get on, okay? Any questions before we go? No? Okay, well, y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all soon.